Bill Swanee.
Hello everybody, today we're gonna be doing...
Are you actually streaming?
Yes!
Hey, jeez. Just nice comment.
I don't care, you only wanna ask whenever I'm talking.
Oh, then. I thought I already had this.
Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to build a boat and how to build the front piece like an actual boat and not just with a bunch of random blocks. So we're gonna get the wedge corner 2x2x2 and you're gonna flip it upwards like this and put 2 on each side. Then you're gonna want the inverted corner 2x2x2 and then you're gonna put 1 on each side. Make sure they're flipped just like this. Now, depending on the boat size, you can build a skinny boat like this, you can build a really huge boat. Smaller boats like this are going to be a lot harder to work with because they're small. So you gotta figure out a balance point so that way when it's in the water, it's not going to go all over the place. Because if you have a small boat, you're gonna need smaller engines, cause then it's gonna go too fast. Your boat's gonna flip every time you try to turn. It's not gonna work. So, a decent sized boat would probably be something about this big. It's not too big, not too small. It's more like a medium size.
Of course he's coming here with it. Alright, I don't want to hear it. I swear, I wish that speaker was freaking broken, bro. And that's not even fair, cause I want a YouTube channel too, and you tried doing it.
Get away from my room with that.
Tar, can I get your YouTube channel? Cause
no. You ain't gonna want to anyway, because I already got a strike on it, and I had to wait a whole week just to stream again. And if I get one more, and if I get another strike, I have to wait 2 weeks to stream. And then if I get another one, they take my channel down completely, and then I have to start a... Go with that! Now!
Go in our room! Go in our room with it! Hey! Go in our room with it!
Damn, freaking retard. So, whenever I say tutorial, I don't mean like tutorial, like I'm gonna show you, like tell you what the name. If you've played this game before, you should know all the blocks. You should just be able to watch my screen, see where I go and what I grab. You can also pause the video along the way. Now, some people, when they build their boats, they build their floating pieces on the outside. I don't like building them on the outside because I don't want to be able to see them. I want to be able to put them in the boat so they're not even noticeable. Just like this. Now sometimes just putting them on the inside can make your boat flip. So sometimes you might have to put them on the outside or underneath the boat. Underneath would probably make it flip even more, so you would have to create a way on the outside for it to float. Now you can start building like this to get that pointy piece out there. just like this. Now you can put some small floating pieces along the inside here. And to save room, so that way you don't have to waste a bunch of blocks, you can do this to the sides, and you can also grab them again and do them on the back. Now you have like a little piece like that. Now we could do them on the inside here, on each side. Just like that. Now you can use blocks like this to cover it up. You want to try to use as less blocks as you can. You don't want to try to use up all your blocks on mainly just a boat. So if there's a way to go with less blocks, go with less. Don't go with the whole bunch. Now, right now, we have the boat built. We don't have it completely built. We just built the body of the boat. Now we're going to put a seat on here to put it in the water and see if our boat floats. We're going to put 2 motors on the back too, just to see if it will drive without flipping. It should, but just in case, we got to check. So now, we're going to go out in the water. So it does float, it does drive, it's just there's a lot of weight in the back now that it's not really wanting to stay stable.
I'm trying to make it stable.
Sunfish whore. There was one in that chat without no bait, but I just released it because I ain't gonna have them in there if I ain't keeping them.
So now that the boat isn't stable, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get weight blocks. A lot of people hate the weight blocks, I don't know why, but the weight blocks do help out on your boat.
That is true.
If you put too many weight blocks and your boat starts to sink in the front, then get rid of one and try just putting one there. If you don't like to see the weight block there, you can always get a piece to cover up it. So now, we got one weight block. Our boat kind of drives. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. As you can see, it's kind of like leaning side to side. We got to figure out how to get it stable where it just sits there and it doesn't worry about nothing else. So now you can see there's a little too much weight in the front. So we need to add a little weight to the back. Also, it could depend on how skinny your boat is. The skinnier the boat, the more problems you're going to have with it and the more work you're going to have to do. So now we're going to go into our builds. And now we're going to spawn our boat. So we're dealing with a pretty messed up boat right now because it's not the worst, but it's not the best. Right now, what our problem is it's rocking side to side when we drive. That means there's either too much weight on one side, or there's not enough pieces to keep it floating side to side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put some floating pieces on the outside and see how stable it is when we're done. So now there's pieces on the inside and the outside. Now we're going to see if it floats good. So yeah, now it floats just fine. That's the problem when you're building a skinnier boat. You're probably going to have to put pieces on the outside because then it just doesn't want to float the way you want it to. Now, if you don't like the pieces on the outside, you can always extend your boat just a little bit. That way you're able to cover those up.
Look how my boat's turning.
Also, the more powerful the motors, the more problems you're going to have because you don't want your boat to be too fast for its size. Like you can see with 4 motors on this small boat, we're doing wheelies. Which is not supposed to happen. The way we can have 4 motors is we would have to put weight blocks in the front. We already have 1, so we can extend it to 2. Let's see how it does. So right now our boat is like literally just basically floating. We're going 100 and something miles per hour with just 4 engines, which is really not supposed to happen. Give me a sec. Alright, so obviously we don't like the way our boat has to move on the outside. That is the So, we're gonna figure out a different way to make this boat work without having to do much. So, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna extend, just like this. And now you can see our boat's a little bit wider. And now, this should give us room in here. Now, if you don't want these little things, what you can do is you can do this. And you can put it inside just like that. Now, like I said, these can be covered up if you don't like the way they look. But the more that you have to cover up, is the more it's going to take away from you decorating your boat. So now that we got this covered up, our boat floats pretty good. 4 motors is still a little too much for it though. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna build a boat. That was just kind of a tutorial on how to build the front of the boat like that. But now we're gonna actually build a boat. I can show you like 2 or 3 that I've built before. This is one of them that I built I think the other day. I had no internet. Let's get in here and we can go out into the water. It's got a ladder on the back. It's got 2 motors. It's a pretty nice little boat. It's not fast, but it's nice. Like, it's good. Got a second story to it. If you guys want me to tutorial on how to build one of these boats, I can show you. Like if you want a tutorial on how to build this boat, I can show you. Any big boats, if people want tutorials on those are going to be a little bit harder. Now, I am not going to tell you the names of the pieces, but you can follow along as I go. This right here is a fishing boat. It's got 3 motors. It's got 6 motors on it. 3 on each side. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are behind the ladder. 3 are over here. 3 are be The gate opens up in the back to get to the ladder. Both doors on each side open up. It's got a couch and it's got 2 rod holders. But yeah, it's an old, it's a fishing boat. It's not the fastest, and there's something wrong with this boat too, because for some reason it wants to turn to the right on its own. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to just go straight, and it only turns the way you turn it. But every time you try to drive straight, it wants to turn to the right on its own. I don't know what's causing that, but it's bare. As long as you just don't even care about it, then you'll be fine. I think it's probably the helicopter engine that we have down there, because we need that to help it turn. Never mind, it's not that, because we just got rid of it and it's still turning to the right. It could also be the seat that we put in there. That's the only other thing I can probably think of. It's probably the seat that we have put in here. So we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna put in a new seat. And let's see how it does. I almost put in a submarine seat. We could have went underwater with this boat. Now what we're gonna do, cover this back up, and then boom, we're good. Let's see, is it just a seat? Nope, still turning to the right. Now we're gonna have to take apart this side of the boat. Maybe it's something to do with the underneath. I'm thinking it's probably the little buoys here in the front. But I can't even tell. We're trying to delete them, but it's not quite wanting to let me to delete them. There we go, we deleted them. Now let's cover it up, see if that's a reason.
I'm done with this vehicle.
Nope, that's not the reason. I don't know if it's something on the boat that's causing it to turn to the right, or if it's my controller. But it's gotta be something on the boat, because any other thing I drive, it's pretty much fun. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get our helicopter engine back in here. Actually, we don't have to. We already have it saved with it, so we can just get rid of the boat. Let's try spawning in another boat and seeing if that changes anything, because it could just be the controller.
fishing boat.
Yeah, I think it's just something on that boat that's causing it to turn. Because we're driving this boat with the second story and it's going straight. There's nothing wrong with it. So I really don't know what could be causing the problem of the boat not wanting to turn the way we want it. Because this boat's working just fine. Now this boat also has, I think, 2 weight blocks or 1 weight block in the front of the boat, but it's holding up pretty good and we haven't had a problem with it yet. Dang, this boat's almost got enough power to flip itself. Hold on. Yeah, we just flipped ourselves. We can flip ourselves in this boat. But if you guys want to know how to build this boat right here that I'm in, leave a comment, let me know. This boat's not even that hard to build. The only hard part about it is building the body of the boat, because I gotta figure out how to get it to float without having any problems. And this boat does not drive in first person. I mean, you can, but you literally just can't see. I mean, you can literally only see the front of the boat. You can't see nothing else. And if you do this, you know, it's not really no help. I mean, unless you're trying to look at the sky, then yeah, sure, it's a whole lot of help. But now, I'm going to show you how to build a small boat. Now, we're probably not even going to try on this one because it shouldn't be that hard.
Never say something like that, Tyler, because you might not know.
Yeah, I know.
I actually like how this fishing boat.
So you can put one of these here, and then one here on each side. Just like this. Now, boom, you got yourself a little boat.
I'm trying to build me a fishing boat.
Now, if you want a boat that actually looks like a boat, then, I mean, I can show you how to do that, but that's only if you guys want me to. I'm not just going to build it. But this is really the easiest boat you can ever build in Trailmakers. All it takes is a seat, 4 buoys, and a boat engine. That's all. You ain't gotta have no blocks or anything. Just the buoys, a boat engine, and a seat. And if you wanted to, You don't even need that engine under there. You can do an actual boat engine, but I doubt it's gonna work because it's a little powerful. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's too powerful. Yep, too powerful. It wouldn't even work. I see the stars. So now I'm going to show you how to build a small airplane. All you're gonna need
is a seating propeller.
No.
Well, that's how you showed me that little thing that you built.
So you're gonna need a seat and 2 of these on each side. You can also decorate the back if you wanted to, but we're not going to. That's only if you want to. You could, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could take 2 of these small things and you can put them on the back like this, but we're not going to. And then all you need is your propeller. Put that right on the front. And now you have a little airplane. It's not gonna fly though because you're gonna need one last thing. And this one is gonna require you to probably put a block on because you're gonna need to get it to work. You're gonna need this like this. You're gonna need about 3 of these blocks, or you could just put something like this on. And now you can put your helicopter engines. If your plane doesn't steer well, then you can also put another helicopter engine on the top for steering. And you're gonna do left, right for that. You're gonna do up, down, and then down, up. And now you should be good. Oh, I'd wait until you're actually in the air first to start trying to turn. If it also doesn't steer, like if it flies but it don't steer good, then you can lower how fast your steering speed is. I'd probably do a 250 for each. No, 250 for the sides and 350 for the top, because the top is your steering. And then there you go. It works, but you just gotta be good at controlling it. I'm not the best at controlling it. And I also think it needs a weight block in the front. I know I said it wouldn't take blocks, but I also didn't realize that It needed steering. But now you have a little plane, guys. If you're good at controlling it, then you'll like it, but I'm not the best, so I don't really like it that much. It's all about whoever controls it. If you're good at controlling things that aren't the best, then you'll have no problem with it, but I'm not. Now, here's a little smaller airplane. It's not gonna look like an airplane, but it takes a seat and a propeller. You can even do 2 propellers, 3, 4, it don't matter. And then you just go like this. You go at least like 150 miles an hour, probably a little bit more. Now, if you really want to go all out, you can do the 3 propellers. Now you can go like 200 miles an hour. There's a lot you can do with just this little airplane. Like, you can add a bunch of stuff to it. Or if you want to, you can go back here and you can do 6 propellers if you wanted to. So we're gonna get rid of these. And we're gonna do 1, 2, 1, 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're actually doing 7 propellers now. Anybody who plays this game, I want you, if you ever decide to build this, I want you to put as many propellers as you can on this seat. And tell me how many you put on before it just did not fly. Where you can actually control it. Speaking of that, I'm also going to try it myself. I'm literally going 300 miles an hour with all these propellers. There's also a lot of weight in the front now, so it's still pretty easy to turn. It's just as hard at the same time to get it to go the way you want it to. Oh! Yes! We did it! I don't even know how many propellers that is right there. I wasn't counting. So now we're gonna do 4 on this side. And then we're gonna do 4 on that side. There we go. That is a lot of propellers. I don't even know how we're gonna do it. So steering is kinda hard, but just going up and down is literally not that hard at all.
Oh, he's trying to be good.
So we broke it right there, but it did fly still. I don't know how many propellers is on there, but it did fly. Just not the easiest to fly. So now we're gonna do 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're gonna go over there and do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I literally don't know how many propellers is on here right now, but who cares? I think with this many propellers, you literally just can't turn now. Or you can, but it's just gonna take forever. Yeah, I don't even know where we are. Split, split. Just chill on. I'm just chill on with my dad. Chill on, chill on. Whoa, Call of Duty has like 19 hours. But I'm in here, y'all. So